Hey, so we have a big breaking news coming out. US President stated that something will happen. When asked about Russia's latest strike, reporter asked, "What is your reaction to Russia's strikes on Ukraine?" The president responded and said, "I know everything. You'll see what will happen." All right, so we're gonna get to all this news here, guys. This thing is getting really, really hot. U.S. president has a special secret weapon that will make Putin defenseless. The U.S. president's tough stance could lead to an economic collapse if the bears, in Russia, but it remains to be seen whether it will force Putin to immediately stop his aggression against Ukraine. All right, so we're going to see what's going on here, guys. We have a lot of information, and I just posted a video not too long ago about you have some very important people in Russia that were live broadcast, millions of views. They were discussing the submarine, Poseidon submarine, that could cause huge tsunami waves and nuclear radiation water. And they have warned the Western that that could be used eventually one day. So yeah, we're gonna get to all this here, guys, and that peace stuff, the peace seems like we're not seeing that right now. So once again, Donald tough stance could lead to an economic collapse in Russia. Basically, their relationship is over. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to help and support this channel, we do have the Cash App link, in the PayPal link in the comments box, and also description box. I want to thank every single one of you for the super chat. I know I'm doing this as a premiere. A lot of you do send like the super chat thing. Thank you so much for that. I'm not in the live right now. I'm not in the live comments box. I'm making another video right now. So if you guys support the channel through the super chat, again, thank you so much for that. And another way to support the channel is Patreon. $5 a month. Patreon. We get you access to our live stream. We go live once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. We went live not too long ago. We talked about Jeffrey List. Boy, oh boy. Again, that news is still trending. All right, so let's see what's going on here. U.S. President said Friday he plans to make a major announcement, or major statement, on the bear early next week, as the Senate considers legislation to force his hand on sanctions after months of warning from the commander-in-chief. "I think I'll have a major statement to make on the bear on Monday," Donald told NBC News in a phone interview Thursday. "You'll be seeing things happen." All right, let's stop here. So this is a big one here. You'll be seeing things happen. All right, so he's not giving much information, but he is putting out a very, very important message here. So Donald to reporter, "You'll be seeing things happen. You're gonna see some stuff. Donald told a reporter Friday morning on the White House lawn when asked about an overnight of the bear drone strike that damaged a maternity facility in Ukraine's second city of Kharkiv. Now, yeah, I got to put my foot down on Putin. Again, dude, what are you doing here? What are you doing here, Putin? This is now going absolutely cuckoo for Cocoa Puff, man. Why would you go after a facility like that, man? Guys, I've noticed when it comes to these biblical wars, it's not only the bear, but the Holy Land too has done it many times in Gaza. But man, they love going after those facilities. Men, leave that facility alone. Ain't nobody in there but young ones and nursing mothers and those in need of help. All right, so once again, you have the U.S. leader has openly flirted with stepping up sanctions on Moscow over a strike that have impacted and has taken civilians, as well as imposing penalties on customers of the bare oil, minerals, and other goods. Man. Like I said, guys, it's not looking good here. So Donald also has mentioned potentially sending a new Patriot air defense system to Ukraine to guard against incoming rockets, a transaction that could be made either directly or indirectly by authorizing a transfer of the Sleeping Giant made equipment by an ally such as Germany or France. Now, the U.S. Commander in Chief teased plans for the statement as his executive prerogative could soon be limited. Now, a bill co-sponsored by Lindsay and Richard. Once again, I see them as Warhawks, but again, other people might see them as angels. But again, these are those. I don't know why Donald surround himself with these individuals, but it's just not good. All right, so believed to have the veto-proof support of more than 80 senators would force the Donald to impose a 500% tariff on any land that buys the bare oil. Man, 500% tariff. All right, so the big nations are India and China. All right, so in a change made to appease the Donald, the legislation will allow the U.S. Commander-in-Chief to waive tariffs twice for a 180-day period, but the second waiver would trigger a congressional vote. Now, a source close to the White House told the Post this week that the Donald strongly opposes the proposed congressional review of his waivers. Here's a map. Here's a picture. Give me a second here. They're really sending all these drone stuff. I mean, guys, for the past couple of days, the Bear has been launching all these drones. I mean, it just nonstop. All right, so it seems like you had Curzon and other regions got hit. The Bear drone strike that has taken 1 year old. Man. So you guys know Crimea is a region that was annexed back in 2014. And then you have those pink one, which is the Russian-controlled territory since invasion in 2022. And the drone strike, you guys already know, is that black spot right there. I have a feeling we're going to get involved. U.S. Commander-in-Chief has attempted to broker a peace deal between Putin and Zelensky since re-entering office January 20th. And that has described the looming bill as offering his autonomy despite its current wording. It's at my option if I want to use it, he insisted to NBC News. They're going to pass a very major and very big biting sanction bill, but it is up to the president as to whether or not he wants to exercise it. All right, so we're going to see, again, I do believe Monday, where Donald's going to put out the statement, I do believe Monday he might announce the sanction. Give me a second here, guys. So, in the past, the U.S. president has attached signing statements to bills asserting executive primacy in foreign policy. We are sending equipment, Donald said. We are sending equipment to NATO, and NATO is paying for those equipments 100%. Now remember, guys, we put in more money. We are NATO. We put in like 80, 90%. Hopefully those others, hopefully they pay for that weapon. Because again, they don't put that much. We've been putting a lot for many, many years. Donald added Thursday night. So what we are doing is the equipment that are going out are going to the alliance. And then the alliance is going to be giving those equipments. And the alliance is paying for those equipments. You guys already know. We send a lot. We have. Joe, he sent, let me rephrase that. Joe has donated a lot. All right, he did. So a lot of stuff, guys. Over $100 billion. Just imagine someone give us $100 billion worth of stuff for free. You don't have to pay for it anymore. Donald this week reversed a sleeping giant pause on defensive equipment shipments to Ukraine after military leaders expressed concern that the U.S. stockpiles were running too low. The potential toughening of sanctions on Moscow by the Donald comes after much of the bear business elite were spared by Joe administration sanctions, including 2 billionaires who sought out the sleeping giant real estate investment with former first son Hunter. All right. So give me a second here, guys. This is where we at right now. Now give me 1 second. I want to see if I can find any more information here. So there is a new weapon, a secret weapon. So what's that secret weapon? Oh, we're gonna find out, guys. We're going to find out. Sooner or later, we're gonna find out. Now, something just happened not too long ago. It seems like they struck the capital of the bear, Moscow. Boom, near Moscow. Drones hit MiG fighter jet factory, damaging key infrastructure. All right, so you have this plant that makes MiG-29/31st and help modernize the drones. All right, so they hit a facility that produces these drones, and that kind of helps out. It would kind of ease down the all that drones operation that's going on. So let me see if I could bring this one up too, guys. Give me a second here. So a drone strike overnight targeted a key aircraft plant near Moscow, damaging a critical infrastructure facility on site, according to Ukrainian and the Bear sources. Now, once again, you have the Lukhovsky aircraft factory in the Moscow region was hit. Andrei, head of the Ukraine Center for Countering, has confirmed via Telegram. Now, once again, you have this person said that the plant is involved in producing a modernizing MiG-29 and MiG-31st fighter jets, and is part of the development project for a promising frontline fighter based on the MiG platform. It also plays a role in the Jaran Shahed drones. All right, so this is a big score for Ukraine. They needed something like this to kind of slow down their drones operation. The Bear outlet, citing sources in the Emergency Services Ministry, reported that around 1 a.m. on July 11, at least 2 drones hit the plant. One damaged a compressor station, partially collapsing a wall, and there was no one impacted. it says here the Kronstadt drone production facility in Dubna, Moscow region, was also reportedly targeted the same morning. Now, the Kronstadt, which reportedly manufactures Orion strike and reconnaissance drones, was previously struck in May of 2025. Now, the company claims to have over 15 years of experience developing drone technologies for both the Bear and the global markets. Neither Crane General Staff nor the Bear officials have commented officially on the latest wave of airstrikes. Now, as Kiev Post previously wrote, residents in those regions reported drone activity and powerful explosions near those regions. The aviation plant, a branch of the Bear MiG fighter aircraft corporation, in a nearby oil depot early Friday morning. Alright, so that's where we are right now. So, again, in the next few days, the U.S. Commander-in-Chief is going to announce something. And he said we're going to see something pretty soon. He's going to release a statement, and at the same time, we need to pray for those regions. We need to pray for those countries. We need to pray for each other. But you guys already know Donald. You guys know how Donald is. He keeps it real. He puts foot down. He did it to Iran again. And I know Russia is not Iran. Russia will, if they get hit with a bunker buster, they're gonna tell Donald, okay, we're gonna come after your stuff now. And Donald knows that. The Bear is a very powerful country. But I do believe that they're gonna be dropping sanctions. And India and the Red Dragon, those countries, well, yeah, they're not gonna be buying no more oil if that's the case. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Once again guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Faith and trust in Jesus Christ. For He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.